Testicles. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do this. Hello! So you want to be an LPer? Well, boy, do I have the information for you, hopefully. Firstly, this is PC recording only. You will not find Mac or console recording tips. So if you're looking for that, look elsewhere. Also to note, I'm using British currency, so the prices I give may be higher or lower depending where you live. Good old economy, I know. What is this? Secondly, I will be splitting the video up into two segments. One cheap option and one for the more expensive option. Look in the description to see a timestamp of when I start talking about expensive gear. If that is what you're after, if you're rich, then that's the place for you. Thirdly, this is for Windows 7 and Vista. Most things I list will work with Windows XP, but you must do your own research on that front. I know if you have Windows XP and Fraps, it's a bit different. So be careful. I will be using pictures for this presentation, and I use that word loosely. However, you will not miss much if you just listen to me in the background. Now, let's get started with the cheap section. So I've tried my best to keep things as low as possible for this option, obviously. So I'm going to give you my setup which I used when I was about 1 year into YouTube. Now, the first and most important thing you're going to need is a headset. So people like decent sound quality, and that's what we're going to give them. For this, I highly recommend the Microsoft LiveChat LX3000. Stupid name, I know. It's a USB headset, and it's extremely cheap. I found one coming in just around £15. But an important note to Windows 7 users, the headset won't work without a patch from Microsoft. However, I have found that patch, and I have linked it in the description box below. So if you do purchase it on a Windows 7 machine, get that patch. So, great, now we have decent sound. What's next for the cheapies? Video recording, of course, the second most important thing in my opinion. Sound coming in first. For video recording, you're going to need Fraps. It retails for £24 and can be found at fraps.com. It's a simple yet powerful program. Easy to use and gets updated every now and then. They don't update it that often, but if there's a breaking bug with it, they will definitely fix that. It's a lifetime purchase as well, so you don't need to worry about paying for updates, which is a good thing. Be warned, with Fraps, it will create very large video files. Depending on the game and other factors, you're looking at around 1 gigabyte for every minute. So now we've got our uncompressed videos. What's next? Editing, of course, you silly duckling. Now, because this is a cheap option, I've put together two options for you, so hear me out. One is Windows Movie Maker, and don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh. And the other is Vegas Movie Studio HD Platinum. So we're going to start off with Windows Movie Maker. Big reason why pick that? Well, the biggest reason is it's free. Not to mention it's simple to use and it's capable of rendering in HD. And like I said, it's free. And a voice crack comes with it. I used it when I first started YouTube on Windows XP. If you use it on Windows Vista or 7, it is capable of, like I said, rendering in HD. It's free. You have nothing to lose. But if for some reason the shame of using it is too much, we can move on to Vegas Movie Studio. It's something that I've used for years. It's not just good for LPing, but good for many other projects as well. So if you like to mix it up, it's good for that as well. However, it does have its fair share of issues, and I will quickly run by them. It's a computer hog. It really does bog down your computer. I've had many times where the rendering will just stop for no reason, and a random black screens within videos will happen for no reason. I'm sure you've seen them if you've been a long-term subscriber. So it does have its issues. Saying that, however, you can find a copy on the internet for £20 with free shipping. I found one on amazon.co.uk. It has served me well, but I have moved on to another editing program. So that's pretty much it for the cheap section. You're looking at around £29 to £59, depending if you get the Vegas Movie Studio. Now, that is pretty cheap. For starting up, £30, it's like a game. £60, it's like a console game, so it is cheap. But now we move on to the more expensive option. This option is what I use today, and I find out it works pretty well. To note that this is the more expensive option, so there's a lot more free will. I will tell you what I have, however you can pick your own, and in turn you can make it cheaper for yourself or more expensive for yourself. It all depends on you. So let's get started. Headsets. Let's jump into headsets, shall we? Again, I myself use the Logitech G35 surround sound headset at a pricely sum of £80. It's USB based. It's what I currently use for my videos, including this one. I haven't had many troubles with it, but I will point out that some games will not work with this headset, which is a huge downer. But I've only ever come across two, and that was The Witcher 2 and Worms Ultimate Mayhem. However, The Witcher 2 later patched this headset to be fully working in version 1.2, and since then I've had no problems with this game. Worms, on the other hand, the devs seem like they don't want to fix it. I brought it up in closed beta and it's still yet to be fixed. So just be warned that if you buy this headset, you may have to wait for certain games to patch. But again, I've only come across two in, I think, a year and a half, so I don't know, most games, even old games, seem to work just fine. Okay, but you can feel free to look at other options. I hear Turtle Beach is something a lot of people use. I myself have never used them, so I can't really say if they're as great as people say. But it's, if that's, you can explore your own options for a headset, because you got a bit of cash to spend, my friend. So it seems. So now we move on to the video recording side. You're going to need Fraps. That can be found at fraps.com for the price of £24. The same as the cheap option, but hey, it works. Once again, I should mention that the file sizes are huge, depending on the game, resolution, and other factors. You're looking at about 1 GB for every minute of video. I've always used Fraps, so I would highly recommend Fraps. However, sticking to the file size issue, it is definitely advised, that you get yourself a secondary hard drive or an external hard drive. I myself bought a 2 TB external hard drive on eBay a couple of months ago for about £70. 2 TB is way more than I need, but it gives me that added option to bulk record if I so desire. Not to mention I use it for storing other files as well. So, just like with the headset, depending on what size you get may increase or decrease my total estimates. So it is highly recommended that you do. Now we come on to the final piece needed of the Let's Play puzzle. Editing software. Now this is the editing software that I use today, and I use Power Director 10 Deluxe. Ooh, these editing softwares have stupid names, but hey. So I bought it myself recently on an independent geek site for £42, including shipping. The best thing I like about this software is the UI is very clean and crisp. You're not overwhelmed by 30 or so different buttons. It's very simple, but my friends, do not get me wrong, this is one powerful editor as well. It manages to do it all. It manages to get its job done without overcomplicating things. And apparently that sentence is quite complicated. But it could do things without overcomplicating things, which is a huge plus for anyone. You're not swamped. It's very, very simple. I'm going to run over two features that I most enjoy in this editor is render acceleration, so it speeds up your rendering. Amazing. And shutdown after rendering. Two very simple features that make the world of difference. Since I like to render while I sleep, the shutdown feature is awesome. It saves me electricity, and in turn, money. I should also note it's not a computer hog like Sony Vegas. Well, Vegas Movie Studio. And again, that's a plus. And that's pretty much it for the expensive option. You're looking at around £100 to £200 depending on your choices. It could be more, it could be less. That all falls down to you. So there you have it, all the hardware and software that you need to get producing quality Let's Plays. If you're planning on starting your own Let's Plays, then I wish you luck. Take it easy, and most importantly, be yourself. Peace.